So I was asked to make a video talking about like my journey as far as me moving out here to California, and I decided to talk a little bit about that and basically give advice to those people who are considering moving to California. So if you have any questions, just leave your comments below and I will answer them. If you're considering moving to California, then do it. Don't sit there and make excuses, because guess what's going to happen if you sit there and make excuses? You're not going to get anywhere. You're going to sit there and be thinking, I wish I did this and I wish I did that, and maybe I should have did this, and thinking what ifs. And you don't want to live your life with any regrets. And that's what's going to happen if you sit there and you continue to make excuses. The number one excuse that people use a lot when they're considering moving to California is the cost of living. It is too expensive out here. And I'm not going to lie to you, yes, California is expensive and you do need some money, but don't allow money to stop you from doing what you want to do, because honestly, you're not going to get anywhere in life if you sit there and you continue to make excuses. You have to go out there and you have to make a change. You have to do whatever it is that you want to do, because you're going to regret it later on. And from personal experience, like the last 2 years I have spent not focusing on acting, and all I did was work, so that way I can try to save up for my surgery. I can try to save up to move to California, but money, because of rent and stuff, that was taken away from me putting money aside towards moving to California, and bills and all that stuff. Like, it was all an excuse for me not being able to move to California and focus on my career the way that I would like. I would go on Facebook and I would see my friends and family posting pictures of them working in their field and working at a job that they love doing, and making statuses about how much they love their job, starting families, moving around, going to different countries and traveling and everything. And me, guess what I was doing? Nothing. Like, literally just work. And I hated it. I felt miserable. I felt like everybody was passing me up and I was being left behind. That's how I felt, because I sat there, I made excuses, and I kept saying I just need to save money so that way I can move to California. And since 2012, I was watching YouTube videos where people was talking about, like, if you want to move to California, then you need to save like $10,000. And I'm looking like, that is a lot of money, because people were saying like you could go 3 months without a job, and you don't know how long it's going to be until you get a job, and the cost of living is expensive, and rent, and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I need money. Like, how am I gonna do this? And I can't save that much money that quickly, especially when getting paid $7 an hour. Like, how am I going to succeed? And then when I did get to a job that was paying decent, it was still, I'm without any money, because everything's going towards bills, and I'm just like, oh, like, can I live? That's honestly how I felt. And I just hated life, like, I'm seeing people do stuff that they want to do and I'm not, like, that sucks and that hurts, and me personally, I just said I couldn't do this anymore. I had to go. Like, I came down here like 3 Saturdays ago, and the first week that I was here, I landed 2 acting jobs. One of them, yes, it was an extra for a reality TV show that I can't say the name of, and the other one was for a court show, and that was a speaking role. And at the same time, I got a job at Universal Studios that same week. But I had a plan. I had got a job at a post office before moving out to California. So, I mean, for me, it was like, I can't just sit there and wait for something to happen, because if I sit there and wait for something to happen, I'm not going to get anywhere in life. Stuff is not handed to you. You have to go out there and you have to work for it. You have to go get it. And that's my purpose of saying, like, you can't sit there and let money be the reason that you don't move to California. Don't let that excuse rule your life, because you're never going to get anywhere in life. even if it's not just for moving to California, it's just in life general. Like, you can't allow excuses to take over your life, because you're never going to get anywhere. You're going to be miserable and you're going to hate it. And especially like with moving to California, you don't know what's going to happen between the time you say, hey, I want to move to California, until the time you say $10,000. Anything can happen. Like, I had a friend who got pregnant, and now she has to stay back at home because baby daddy lives down there. So, you know, anything could happen. Like, somebody could get sick and they could die, and now you're just stuck there. And then what? You know? Then what? I do recommend, like, if you do want to move to California, to have some money, at least put $5,000 aside. Now, I'm not saying that don't move out here with like $300 and stuff like that, because I've heard people success stories about them moving to California with $300, $200 and stuff like that, and they've made it. You know, they transferred jobs, they came down here and got a job, they found a place. You know, there are options that you can do if you're moving down here with like $300. There are, and there's, I actually got some information from a person when I was telling them, like, you know, I got this job at the post office, but I need an address, and they're not going to tell me how much I make until I get an address. And how am I gonna get an address without knowing how much I'm gonna make? Like, come on. So she gave me like a list of options that I can do, because there's ways around it. And yes, you may be uncomfortable for a minute, but you know, you're going to get out of that. Like, you know, you're going to step out there, because you're stepping out there on faith anyways by doing that. When you just get up and go, you're stepping out there on faith, and you're showing God, like, hey, you know, I'm serious about this. This is what I want. And that's why I felt like in my first few days of being here, like, I got offers, you know. And now these couple weeks I've been going to actors workshop. I got this apartment. You know, I've met so many people, and you know, hearing what they're doing and their stories, and it's like motivation. You know, you don't have to live in the most expensive apartment. That's your choice. You chose to live in the expensive apartment, so that's on you. Yes, it's expensive out there. You could get roommates, you can have your bed and furniture and stuff shipped to you. There's so much you can do, you guys. And there's a huge opportunity out here in California. That's why, like, I see on some people's videos, they be like, why is it that all YouTubers, they're moving out to California? Well, because, you know, the YouTube platform is down here in California, and VidCon and all this stuff is down here in California. Plus, there's so much opportunities out here. It's easier to come down here, so that way when you do collaborations, because a lot of people be like, oh, collab with this person, collab with that person, and it's like, well, they live in a different state, so it's easier if they're all together. Then they can meet up and make a video together. And as far as acting and modeling and music and stuff like that, it's so much easier to brand yourself and put yourself out there and get jobs. Like, I'm not saying you're gonna move to California and be famous. No, it doesn't work like that. But so many doors open when you go out there and you take a chance. So you can't let people get in your head and just tell you, hey, you know, you don't have no family or friends down there. The cost of living is expensive. You know, for a pop, it'd be $1 for you not here, but down there it's almost $4. Like, you can't, because if you allow those negative peoples and those negative thoughts to get you to question everything, you're not going to end up moving down here. You're just going to change your mind, say forget it, and then you're going to be stuck for the rest of your life, you know. So it's nothing wrong with being smart and saving all that money, but I mean, you have to go out there and take chances. And it's literally just like running your own business. Like, you have to put time, effort, and money. You have to invest in your future in order for you to succeed financially, to become stable, and just grow as a person. So don't let those people stop you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. Don't make excuses. No more. Just stop. As of today, if you want to move to California, hey, book you a one-way flight or save you a little bit of money. And hey, start, like, when you're at work, put a few dollars to the side for California, like, and don't touch it. Don't touch it until it's time for you to move. Start being ready to live your life, and don't let anyone stop you. You can't let fear rule you, because you're not going to go anywhere in life. You can't let others control you, dictate you, tell you what you should do, because this is your life, your future, and you don't want to die wishing that you could have, you know, did this and you could have did that. So that's all I really wanted to say, and I hope this video helps. And if you have any questions, comment below, and thanks for watching.